Hello everyone, this is Hot Dusty here, and today we're going to be reviewing RWBY Volume 5, Chapter 6, Known by Its Song. Now, we finally got a long conversation, at least, and it wasn't a long conversation, but you know what I mean, the conversation that was teased at since basically the beginning, since Volume 2, with Raven and Yay. We're going to talk about that first and what's been going on with them. So they got to speak a little bit. Raven told basically some samples of what's been going on. She talked about Salem to Yane and Weiss, but only mentioned it a little bit and never went too far into detail about what's going on. She probably waited that for later on when they were going to make their decision to stay with her or go with Quill. Obviously, she goes with Quill. So she's gonna basically we're gonna read all this stuff again. Hopefully we don't get to hear it again because it is getting a little bit run down and mundane about it. But yeah, every character has to basically know what is happening and what is going on before everything goes into place. I think once we get to Crow, we're gonna get a bunch of answers to what's been going on. Because one of the big things that has been said is that Raven can actually turn into a Raven. That's finally been confirmed. No more ifs, ands, or buts. It's confirmed. Crow can turn into a Crow. Raven can turn into a Raven. But there was one interesting thing about that. It is that Ozpin actually did the birds. So it wasn't the bandit camp. Bandit camps can also not turn into birds. We may not know about that. It's possible, but it's probably not at this point. It's only Raven and Crow, as far as we know, that can turn into birds, and that was the ability from Ozpin. Now I remembered just clicking my head right after watching the episode. I was like, wait a minute. Okay, so Odin had two ravens to look after the world, I believe, of the nine realms or Asgard. I believe it was one of those two to look after them. Um, and I'm getting the feeling that's kind of the inspiration with this. Let's think about Ozpin as Odin and then Raven and Crow as those ravens to look after things that has been going on or what is going to happen. So we look around and see what's happening, and now one of them is gone. So that's going to be really bad. And also makes me say this because of Salem and Volume 4 when with the conversation between Tyrion and her. She said the last eye is blinded, which gives me that clue that that could be the case of the inspiration with this. It would be the ravens from the Norse mythology. That's what I'm basically getting at with it. So yeah, that's basically what I'm thinking about it with this point. I would say this about this part. I kind of wish there was a little bit more emotion with Yang in this. Sure, she was pissed, but she should have been more pissed. Like, this is basically the conversation that she would have been waiting for years. And we get kind of this kind of calmness a little bit. I think it should be a little bit more emotion with her. Sure, you have to worry about the Grim, obviously, which is one of the reasons why I hate the Grim and Shaggy to negative emotion. I really don't like that as much because it doesn't make people actually be people in emotions going on. It makes them sound like robots more than anything else, but I digress. I like this scene a lot. I just wish there was a little bit more of it, and more meaning more like of the acting and the emotion going on. And I wish there was a little bit more of the conversation. This conversation probably should have been the episode all on its own. And we probably could have got rid of that Crow moment back then, because I don't think we really needed that, because nothing really happened in it. Like, nothing really happened. It was just this a running gag. Like, Crow's not going to get anything because of his bad luck semblance. That's basically what that was. I don't really think we needed that. We could have probably cut that part out and then gave more screen time with Raven and Yang, which I think is what most important and what we should have been converging on during that episode. and then we can get to the cut to the chase of the portal at the very end. We finally got 3 members of Team RWBY reuniting. We finally got it. We got Weiss, Yane, and RWBY reuniting, and my god, that moment. Honestly, I almost teared up a little bit. Just seeing that, it's like, oh man, I'm gonna be a wreck when all of them come back. Because now we just need Blake. That's all we need to return. And that's probably going to be happening in probably a couple of episodes. It's like they're really getting this out quick. Like, yeah, most of the members of Team RWBY are reuniting. Yeah, overall, I thought this episode was pretty good. I still think Chapter 4 is a better one right now. I just wish this was a little bit more. Like, this should have been, like, the best episode, or at least very close to the best. Because this has become a station that we've been waiting since Volume 2. And we get kind of this. It's a little bit on the disappointing side, but it's still appreciated to see it, because we have been waiting for at least, like, 2 to 3 years to wait for this. Now, I'm really waiting for Crow to explain everything. Like, I hope this is where he cuts off the bull crap and it actually explains what's been going on. Because apparently, him and Raven never went to the academy to actually be huntresses and huntsmen. They actually went there to kill them, which is actually a very good twist. I was actually, that genuinely shocked me. I'm like, wait, what? It's like, yeah, that's a good point. They never did brought that up. Why? Why didn't, maybe they didn't want to see them as the bad guys? That's my first guess. But as something as this, wouldn't you kind of want to tell them? Say, hey, this might have happened earlier on. But I digress, which makes me my biggest concern for Summer of how she died. I did make a video on it a lot more in the past. I think I might need to update that video because it is so bad and cringy, and I want to fix it, but I may never get around to it, which kind of sucks. But I really do hope, especially now than ever, that we get a Stark flashback. I want to know like what they did in the trials, and what they did past the events, and how they graduated, and how something else happened with Summer. Maybe she surpassed Beacon and moved on, but then died later on with Team Stark on a mission or some sort of that. But yeah, we'll have to figure that out. I'm sure we're gonna get an answer of how Summer died or died because we never see the full body yet. Usually when that happens, they usually tend to come back alive. This is a big shock. No, I want. So yeah, this episode was. I would, if I had to give a rating, it would be a 7 out of 10. I think it should have been a little bit more, but I'm happy with what I got. I just wish it was a little bit more of it. Like it felt very mundane at times, and I just wish there was a little bit more on it. It's like this episode, this should have been fully focused on the episode right here. But oh, whatever. This has been Huntesty here. Remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe for future videos like these. I'll see you all next time. Bye.